Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel.
So, how did you start sewing?
How I started sewing is kind of,
Oh no, is this gonna be a long story?
it's not a long story, but I began showing an interest in fashion when I was in third or fourth grade.
Why?
I started watching America's Next Top Model, and I knew I could never be a model because I'm not photogenic. And so I took more of an interest in the fashion aspects of the show.
Okay, but when did you start?
I started sewing, hand sewing, when I was about 8 years old. I want to say I was 8 years old. 8, 9, 10, or 11. Somewhere within that 4-year span.
Okay, but how?
How I started sewing was my cousin was in high school at the time, and he had a home ec class, and they taught them how to do basic sewing. So one day there was a Beanie Baby that was broken, and all the beans were coming out. And he said, "Okay, let me show you how to fix it." And so he showed me how to thread a needle and how to basically do a blind stitch. That's how I started sewing. I used to do make little outfits for my stuffed animals and for my dolls.
So, what about now?
More recently, since I have always wanted to learn how to use a sewing machine, I bought one at Walmart, your very basic sewing machine, and I just looked up some videos on how to thread a bobbin, how to just get started. After that, I just started altering pieces. If you're wondering what this pile of clothes is behind me, it's actually some of my first creations. I think I was trying to go for like a halter top. As you can see, the material is kind of see-through, and I would never wear this out. I also knew how to do case elastic, which is pretty cool for just starting out. That's the magic of YouTube. It's supposed to go on like this and then tie like that. I think my idea for this was to kind of wear it over a shirt. I don't know. Or a dress maybe. This is the back. Oh, it goes more like this. Like that. And you can tell I was just starting out because none of these stitches are straight, and I left a lot of fabric just raw, and I didn't do much of like a cleanup, and there's just threads out. I only kept this so I could see what my progress was like. I had this dress that I altered to make into a shirt because I did like the fabric, and I did wear this one out. And I also used, for whatever reason, some thread that is very contrasting to the material. Kind of looks like an old granny top, but I don't know, I like it. This is what it looks like. I made this dress. I haven't worn this one out just because it does have like an open back. But again, I have elastic. I didn't do a really good job on this one. This one, I wear this a lot to sleep and around the house. It's got the cold shoulder, like open sleeve kind of deal with some ruffle. And I think this one's really cute, and I really like the design on it. But I probably could have put more detail like on the front here. No, I think I did a really good job with this one. There's no raw edges. So I was really proud of this one. I made these out of a dress. Like, it was a really big dress, but I actually really like gingham. I think it's a pretty reasonable material. Like, it's pretty forgiving, but Again, was like having a kick with the elastic. I don't know. I know how to use zippers. Sometimes they're just not worth the time to put in a zipper when you can just do elastic. But this is the shorts, and I made it so that the detail was on the bottom of the shorts. And I think I wore these out once or twice, but for some reason I've never worn them together. But I liked the material a lot, so there's the bottom part, and this is the top part. I wanted to have some detail on there, so I did add bows. That's what it looks like. Pretty plain. I might have, if I were to change this a little, I'd probably put buttons along here or maybe some ruffles. But I was trying to make a shirt for Josh, which I've made a bunch of shirts for him, which I know I have pictures of, so I'll put those in there. But for some reason I made it too small, but it kind of looks like a bowling shirt. It reminds me of a bowling shirt, and the pocket is really low for some reason, like it's right down here. For this one I did experiment with a snap, which is this. I don't really like snaps when you have to sew them on, but I mean, it's there and you can't even see the stitching, so that's kind of cool, I guess. I wanted to do like more of a contrast between the two fabrics, and I didn't want to put buttons because I don't like dealing with buttonholes, so I experimented with Velcro. It really does look like a bowling t-shirt though. And the pocket's so low. But yeah, those are my projects, my creations. I don't wear most of the stuff that I have made just because I don't feel like some of them aren't good enough to wear outside. But I'm just gonna keep practicing sewing because I do enjoy it. And yeah, that's my video for today.